All right, I know that it is very tedious doing these scout missions. They're just riddles wrapped up into open world activities. Just something to give us busy work. But I mean, you're gonna have to do it if you're gonna want that new exotic chess piece coming out called the Provocator. And I'm really interested in something like that. It just looks like a really cool chess piece that can be introduced to a lot of builds. Now, the scout missions are not the only requirement to getting the Provocator chess piece. They're something else that you have to do, and that's called Climax missions. This comes after the scout missions, and once the new DLC comes out, I think they're actually going to be in Brooklyn. We don't know what they're going to be about. Are they going to have modifiers? They did say it's not going to be like legendary difficulty, because legendary difficulty is just pretty much insane damage. They mostly aim at your head. The red bars do a lot of damage to your body, so you got to be pretty strategic with the way that you expose yourself in legendary missions. But I think they're going to include a lot of different mechanics in this Climax missions. They're going to make you work for it. I hope it's not too annoying, but that being said, you have to be prepared going in, right? So this is one of the reasons why I make multiple build styles that so many people can play aside from just DPS, because there's explosive damage, there's status effects, there's disrupt that won't allow you to use skills. So you have to go in there with something that you can excel in. Of course, there's going to be DPS required. That's always a main factor in missions like this. But what if they have like some insane explosive damage that is really going to affect you and, stop you from doing stuff, right? We all know about the drone operators in legendary missions. So I've made a build that I haven't released to the public yet, and it's pretty crazy. It has like almost immunity to explosive damage, yet it deals an insane amount of explosive damage. So it's like kind of the perfect explosive build where you're not affected by what you dish out. And then, like I said, DPS is the way to go here in certain cases. So I put together a DPS build. It's called Obliterating Aim. And I know I haven't been on for a while, but I thought I was fully over the flu that I had. Man, this thing is kicking my butt. I don't know what it is. It's like transforming into something else. First it was this chills, and then I had like this headache, and now it's this cough. So hopefully it's on its last legs. And honestly, I didn't even really feel like doing anything. It's crazy. I'm like, man, I don't even care about doing no YouTube right now. And that doesn't even sound like me. I guess you just have to take care of yourself. And once you do that, then you feel better. But I feel better now, and which is why you see this video. But I decided to do a couple of different build styles. You want to go in there with some defense, some offense, and some survivability, the whole spectrum. And of course, I got my king build where you can use any skill and be effective with it and powerful with it all the way around. Trust me, I'm going to really dive into the lab and get into it to see exactly what I need once I actually see what these Climax missions are all about, because there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting that Provocator chess piece. Okay, because with skill builds and hybrids, right, you have this thing where if there's like a jammer or something stopping you from using your skills, then you're going to be 50% effective with the build. But there's a way that you can have like a skill build hybrid that allows you to be immune from disrupt, so that you won't have anything stopping you from using your skills while being effective with your weapon damage. So that's something I'm working on right now. It's almost done, and it's a little bit difficult to put together because it involves y'all gear. But if you don't want to go that way, then you could just go straight DPS. And there's one weapon that no other weapon can hit harder than. I mean, no weapon out damage this rifle, period. It's just actually the hardest weapon to attain in the game. It's the Ravenous, and it's very annoying to get. I got the weapon as soon as the raid came out years ago, so I've been having this weapon forever. And with the expansion and with the changes to the rifles being automatic, oh man, the Ravenous is in a higher echelon of damage. I mean, I'm putting together the build right now, and it is absolutely insane. Because one thing about the Ravenous, I want to give you a few tips, because the build isn't complete yet. I'm just giving you a foreshadowing of the things or the ideas of builds that I'm coming out with. The thing about the Ravenous is that it deals 500% weapon damage with the shoulder swap. Not only that, it deals 50% amplified damage to armor plates. Armor plates are those plates that you see on chungas, on robotic dogs. So it amplifies the damage you deal to them. And once you swap that shoulder, you can just see the damage taking effect. So if you apply a heavy amount of crit with the Ravenous, then you have something devastatingly powerful. And like I said, I'm going to reveal all of these builds before it's time to do these. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you should go in there with. Now, there's another build, the tank build. Of course, I soloed Manning National Zoo with this. The build is crazy. I mean, it's Foundry Bulwark, and I was using the Ravenous actually with this as well, so that I can have some survivability and damage hand in hand. Now, if you want to see that build, you can. There's a build called Immortal, and in that build video, I showed 2 versions, okay? But then after I started doing the legendary, I noticed I needed to switch a few things up. So if you look at this video, it's going to be linked in the description as well. It's going to give you the updated build of exactly what I was using to beat that legendary. And I think that is the perfect build to go into something like a Climax mission, because Foundry Bulwark is crazy when it comes to like the survivability. It's almost like you can't die pretty much if you play it right. So yeah, there's a build that's already released, so you can check that out. And of course, we want to see what kind of builds that we're gonna want to use with the actual provocator. And I think that we're just gonna have to wait for that, because what does it give you, like 40% damage reduction just for having it on within a certain amount of distance? That's gonna be crazy. So damage to elites along with damage reduction. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm anxious to see. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this, and I just wanted to give you a foreshadowing of what builds I'm thinking about going in. And I think you should prepare now, because these scout missions are going to be over really soon. I think we got like 4 weeks left, and they're going to fly by pretty soon. And I think I can help you out with that, but that's going to be in another video. Anyways, that'll do it for this one. I appreciate you watching and stopping by to the end. Love my subs, man, and I can't wait to see what we have going in the future. I just made a video about Wallops Island. We don't really know what this is about, but I made a pretty cool video speculating about what Wallops Island is, what it could be, and the relation it has with Brooklyn DLC. So check that out if you're interested, and let me know what you think about it. I'll see you in the next one, fam. Be right out.